Well, good evening, folks. Ken Hovind here in the crew at Dinosaur Adventureland in Lenox, Alabama. It is October 23rd, 2025. Tonight, open mic. Call in if you have any questions. If you'd like to defend your dumb religion of evolution, please try it, okay? We think it's the dumbest and most dangerous religion in the world. Nothing but a religion. And you're welcome to it. But quit calling it science. Okay, prove me wrong. Let's see, we're on Facebook. It keeps growing. There we go. Rumble, Twitter, or X, our own app, kenhovind.tv, Instagram, TikTok. Sign up for all of them in case they take us off of one. They always do that, okay? Let's see. All right, here. Tonight, open mic, 23rd. Next Friday night will be Harvest Festival here at DAL. If you want to come play some games, try to break some records, all kinds of fun stuff to do going on around here. Get the all-time record for whatever, all the different things we have here. Let's see. Then November, we have a Veterans Day coming up, the 11th, and Thanksgiving. Come join us. If you don't have any family, we'll be your family. Come on down. If you're anybody coming from Maple Park, which is near Chicago, coming this way, even partway this way, and can bring the giant tortoise. Got another tortoise going to be donated. Name is Tommy, I think. Or Thomas, yeah, Thomas the tortoise. You want to bring a partway down? Anything will help, okay? There's right by DeKalb and Aurora right in there. The guy stopped today and gave us donated two big rocks found in Oklahoma called turtle stones. I brought the small one in. Yeah. Turtle stones. Apparently, as mud dries out, it cracks into this pattern and they make it look like a turtle. We put it in Turbo, our tortoise, put it in his pen. He must be nearsighted or desperate because he instantly fell in love with it. Anyway, a disaster struck. Our train, the Craftsman, let's see, our 200-year-old Craftsman riding lawnmower that pulls our train died and went to heaven. There it is, right there. We're going to lay hands on it. Mechanic said if we put $4,000 into it, it'd be worth $20. You ever done that to a car, Joseph? Just keep. Anyway, we're looking for a riding lawnmower. We don't need it to mow grass. We just need it to pull the train. So if you got one, let me know. Okay. Anybody coming this way from Dallas, please call me. A friend of mine has a huge garage full of stuff. He cleans swimming pools for millionaires, and they're always donating things for our camp. But they're in Dallas. We need to get them here. I mean, all kinds of cool stuff. You know, you never know. Chainsaw, lawnmower stuff. Not a riding lawnmower. Okay. We need to start filling the ark with pink and blue stuffed animals. If they're not pink and blue, we'll make them pink and blue. But we need a pair of giraffes, a pair of hippopotamus, a pair of, lions, just a pair of stuffed animals to put in our ark, a rhinoceros. So if you want to get some of those and send them to us, please do, or send the money to buy them. Yep.
Some animals will need 7 of.
What now?
Some animals will need 7 of.
Some of them will need 7 of. That's a good point. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Donate your pair of animals, and we'll get your name or your business on their room where they live. Okay, in the ark. Already got a couple of dinosaurs on Noah's Ark. And yes, Noah had dinosaurs on the ark, okay? Let's see. The ark is coming along great. There it is now. Cool, brother. This is coming. I can't wait to get it done. We already used to take tours in there a little bit, but I got all kinds of cool stuff planned for that. If you want to help us stay open for free, join our 777 club. Okay, go to drdino.com right there. All right, going to be a member. I don't check up on them. I don't know who gives. I don't want to know. If you want to help, great. If you don't, get out of the way. We're going to go anyway. Can serve God. So drdino.com is our website right there. 9.5 years now for free here. Pensacola for 27 years, teaching on dinosaurs in the Bible. Matt Powell and I got whacked by Emma. Let's see. And so I want to finish up just a couple things there. Kent Hovind and Matt Powell explained and exposed. Ooh, that sounds scary. Okay, here we go, folks. The big one. Wow. This is from 2021. Can you look that up, Joseph? It has more views than that now, or too late. 440,000 views. Okay, back when a couple days ago. Okay, let's see. Here's what Emma said. She said I wouldn't debate her. My name is Emma. You notice Kent won't debate me. She wants an email debate. Emma, I'll debate you anytime. Okay, but not an email debate. I don't have time. I'm real busy around here for an old man, especially. I think I'm as busy as everybody else, or more. So no. Well, I had a wild idea. To fly from London to Pensacola is round trip about $600. Okay? And look at that, Joseph. It only takes 3 hours. They leave at 2:00. They get here at 5:00. Maybe there's, a little time change in there, like 6 hours or something. But Emma, listen to me. We care for your soul. Bible says in Psalm 142, he said, I looked on my right hand, on my left, no man cared for my soul. I pray for you really quite often. And I whack you to try to wake you up. You have gotten yourself involved in a cult. the evolution religion is nothing but a cult. We'd like to help. If you'd like to help pay for her ticket to come visit DAL, and maybe she won't come, but if you're willing to, I'd like to say, Emma, we will pay for your ticket to come. We can raise the funds, $600. Go to connect those dots or whatever you do on there, and just put in the memo line, this is for Emma to come to Dinosaur Adventureland, okay? We don't care for your religion, Emma. If you're right, we have lost nothing, okay? If you're wrong, you lose everything. Please come, okay? We can put you in one of our cabins. You could even get some of our Alabama sun. Look at that. What do you think? That's the real me. I'm Norwegian. They're all light-skinned up there, you know. Oh, anyway, okay. You can come meet Monty, our parrot, okay? Emma, we'll put you in one of our cabins. Okay, we got how many single women here now? 5 or 6? 1, 2, 3. It's perfectly fine. It's safe here. You got a beautiful cabin. We can put you in 6C, for example, okay? There's cabin 6C, ABC. Emma, have your own cabin to yourself. Come stay for a couple days. And now, you make fun on your show of my degree. When it was at Patriot University, used to be a part of Hilltop Baptist Church. But they love to show pictures of the double-wide trailer where it is now. I never went there. Anyway, that shows their desperation. Okay, let's get Emma back in here at about the 9-minute mark. There, okay.
Asks her to talk about herself, but that's women in this kind of church. That's unfortunately what happens to them. We know how condescending Kent is to women. I'm very sorry, I've been very bad. Kent is wonderful. But to add in, you should all go and visit Dr. Hoven's amazing place and give him all your money because he's the best person in the world.
Well, you don't have to give me all your money, but I am the best person in the world, Emma. You got that right. Thank you. Okay.
Kent's crazy. This is crazy. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. I know that was super cringy. All right, now that we're caught up on Kent's legal entanglements, it is time to review Kent's latest live stream content about me and correct the mistakes he's made. Like I said, there are going to be a bunch of links in the description. If you are interested and you want to catch up on all of Kent's most recent legal entanglements and just what the hell is going on with him and his ex-wives and stuff recently, there is a Paulo.
What, 10 minutes? And still hasn't got to the point, okay? It's all ad hominem. I don't like your degree, your wife left you, blah, blah, blah. This has nothing to do with the point, okay? Nothing at all whatsoever to do. You guys are so desperate. You got to attack ad hominem, attack the man. That's okay, Emma. Let's see.
Video featuring Atheist Junior that goes into detail. It's really, really good, so I'll link that down below. Let's get back into Whack an Atheist and see what Kent has to say about me today. It gets a little bit complicated because he's shouted me out in about 5 different videos since the last Whack an Atheist Wednesday we did, which was not very long ago. So the first one in which he mentioned me is now privated because Kent Hovind, YouTube. Fortunately, Robert Beatty continues to document Kent's online.
Robert Beatty documents everything. He's got nothing better to do. He's an IRS agent, okay? Probably been assigned to my case. Okay.
Presence. So we have some of the comments that he said that I wanted to respond to. Essentially, he's upset at atheists for constantly talking about his dissertation being bullshit. For some reason, he really focused on the fact that we all laugh at the fact that it starts, "Hello, my name is Kent Hovind." Doesn't matter that the rest of it is horribly written, that the formatting is dog shit. None of that matters. So he's talking about
Still all ad hominem. Emma, what is the point on evolution? Come on. If you don't like my spelling, I believe me, spelling was my worst subject. Doesn't matter. Now they got spell check to correct all that, okay? But my dissertation, they told me to transcribe my seminar. I did. And I think most people that read it love it, okay? You're the one, people that watch it love it. You can get the whole thing for $50 and watch it. I think it really answered a lot of questions for you. So if you don't like it, don't read it, okay? Let's see right here.
at Patriot University, the absolutely unaccredited, definitely not state-sanctioned university.
Oh, state sanctioned means something? That makes it good? You know, the state-sanctioned colleges, students leave there believing they're related to a potato and they come from a rock. Emma, those are the stupid ones. Come on, wake up.
That cannot give real doctorates, just to remind everybody. This is him talking about them. I asked them, I would like to do my dissertation. I would like to do my dissertation. What would you like for it to be on? Because that's how you talk to your supervisor when you're fucking doing a degree.
She goes and blabs on again about the dissertation. Emma, you're missing the point. It's all ad hominem. Let me go up to about the 14-minute mark, I think, is where She finally gets on track. There we go.
Kent. Now we're actually going to Whack an Atheist Wednesday. Unfortunately, we can't start at the beginning. He starts talking about me about 7 minutes in. We can't really start until about 13 minutes in because the audio is broken. It also starts midway through a sentence, right? So it starts like this.
Broken. So she.
Remember when Matt Powell joined to be their tech guy? So skip ahead until the audio is fixed because I can't respond to it because I can't fucking hear it. Even his fans in the
Especially when they find dinosaur skeletons fully articulated. All the bones are still connected. Animal dies today, the coyotes drag.
I'm pretty sure that's extremely rare. Does Kent know that in museums they've put together the bones? Does he think
I claimed they find lots of bones fully articulated means the creature died and stayed intact. The scavengers didn't tear it apart. It didn't, dissolve. Fully articulated skeletons. And she said she thinks it's rare because the museums have to put them together. Emma, let me catch you up to speed on some science, okay? Here we go. Right here. And she complained, I made a slide. She complained that I called people a moron. I couldn't think of a better word. If you believe you came from a rock. So I lost my mouse. Oh, there it is. Okay. Moron. Let's see. Moron, a foolish or stupid person. Moron, a person who is notably stupid or lacking in good judgment. That's somebody who believes in evolution. You really think you're related to a potato? Professor Dave's related to a strawberry. I got the whole chart. Where's that thing? Joseph, is it around here somewhere? Somebody made that for me. Because I used to ask all the professors I was debating, do you believe you're related to a rat or a mouse or a louse or something? Never mind, it's here somewhere. Okay, let's see. Emma, do I need to use a different word? Would that help you maybe understand? A person who believes they're related to a potato and they came from a rock. Let's try idiot, fool, dunce, blockhead, dimwit. How about simpleton, oaf, dolt, dummy, numbskull, twit, schmack, schmuck. Okay, let's see. Doofus, dork, goofball, knucklehead, bonehead, goon, clod, lump. There's a lot of them on the internet, okay? Yes, Emma, they do find fully articulated skeletons. Let's see, what's the name of this article? Articulated skeletons. Okay. Articulated skeletons are quite common, indicating rapid burial, deep enough to be preserved. What would cause something like that? They drowned and were buried rapidly before being scavenged or rotting. Okay. How can I become a fossil? BBC. That's where you live, Emma, over there. Okay. Let's see. And they got their neck thrown back quite often. That is a sign of their drowning or gasping for air. Maybe like in a flood, they're desperately trying to get their last breath. There's a name for it. Many fossilized animals, including dinosaurs, pterosaurs, birds, and early mammals, are found in a characteristic posture where the head is thrown back, the tail is arched upward, and the mouth is wide open. A pose often referred to as the opistotonic death pose or dinosaur death pose. This posture is frequently interpreted as evidence of death throes caused by brain damage and asphyxiation. They're dying of lack of oxygen, like drowning. Let's see, which can result from drowning, volcanic ash falls, or other catastrophic events. This position is well documented and in numerous well-preserved specimens, like the 150 million year old Archaeopteryx, which virtually all articulated fossils exhibit this classic pose. Interesting. Paleontologist Kevin Padian and somebody else, proposed in 2007 that this posture results from I forgot how to learn to pronounce it. I don't care. Okay, got their neck thrown back, right? Leading to uncontrolled muscle contractions during a prolonged death, like drowning in the flood. This explanation is supported by the observation that animals with high metabolic rates, like birds and mammals, are more likely to display this pose. There are fossil graveyards all over South America, all over North America, all over Asia, fossil graveyards. There are scores of fossil graveyards around the world where there's a massive jumble of bones. Like maybe they all drowned in a flood or swirling water, which a flood would cause with the Coriolis effect, okay? Like the prevailing wind patterns, you have a prevailing ocean pattern, okay, with the water turning. Let's see. Major dinosaur fossil sites. Why would they find them all over the world? Tangled up bones all together, buried together, with the neck thrown back, some of them. Oh, interesting, okay? Emma, I think you're wrong, okay? It's pretty common. Fully articulated bones, exposed tailbone of a sauropod dinosaur. Well, if it laid there for 1,000, 100, even 20 years, the buzzards would have dragged it off. The scavengers, coyotes would have dragged it off. Let's see. Opistotonic death pose. Wow. There it is. Look at that. Articulated. All these fish, all their skeletons are still intact, Emma. Look at this. All of them. Ancient cockroaches of the sea, fossilized while playing follow the leader. Fully articulated skeletons, even the rib bones, the neck bones, everything, the tail bones. Fish fossils in the Green River Formation. Ooh, millions of them up there. Fish fossils. Fins are extended. They're terrified. They're scared of something, and they're being drowned, okay? Fish can drown, you know. The stones cry out. Great book on this topic. They find fossil footprints. Thousands and thousands of dinosaur footprints have been found all over the world. For that to happen, they would have to walk in the mud and then have to give it, a short time for it to dry a little bit and another layer of mud on top to preserve it. I think Noah's flood, every tide going up and down as we go into the moon, the tidal pumping would make new layers. All the layers that we see in the stupid geologic column probably came from that one flood in the days of Noah. There is no geologic column, okay? And these fossil footprints being preserved indicates they had to step in the mud to make it, and then it had to be covered right away to preserve it. Footprints from a vast dinosaur highway discovered in UK. Emma, you can go there. It's in Oxfordshire, okay? Footprints from a vast dinosaur highway. Like maybe they're all running from, rising floodwaters. You wonder about that? Here's a fish swallowing another fish. Does that take millions of years? Are those bones still pretty well articulated? Yeah, okay. Dinosaur eggs have been found. Let's see. Fossil dinosaur eggs are known from 200 sites around the world. Somebody brought us 2 of them about 3 or 4 days ago. They're in the museum there. Very rarely, fossil embryos are preserved inside the dinosaur egg. Whoa, let's see. Dinosaur dung. I got some dung here, fossilized. We always hand it to the kids first. You know what this is, kids? Let it hold. No, that's fossilized poop. Ooh, it's dry. It's okay. It's in our museum. Come see it. Trilobites, petrified cowboy boot, found in West Texas. Let's see. CAT scans performed by Harris Methodist Hospital in 1997 confirmed there's a foot in there, in a cowboy boot. So either somebody had cowboy boots millions of years ago, or it doesn't take millions of years to fossilize. You got a better theory? Let's hear it, okay? Fossilized fish giving birth. It doesn't take millions of years to give birth, praise God, okay? Fossilized, permineralized cowboy or hat, okay? Miner's hat. There's a petrified leg of ham in the same volcanic eruption. Creation magazine covered that. Here he goes, a kid in Montana named David Cosby. David, you're probably 40 years old now. Call me if you see this. He sent me this pickle in the original jar. That one got busted in our museum, so it's the same size jar. He said they were out walking in the woods in Montana, found an old house all falling apart, the roof gone, and part of the pantry was still standing. In what's left of the pantry was a jar with a petrified pickle inside. Put that back up there, Joseph. Yeah. Fossilized pickle. The lid to the jar rusted off and it turned to stone. Let's see. A pickle. Don't bite it, okay? There you go, fossilized pickle. Yeah, interesting. It had a flood at a flour mill in Arkansas, and a lot of the sacks of flour turned to stone. Petrified bags of flour. Interesting. Doesn't take millions of years. Petrified hammer. We have a replica of it here. Fossilized hammer. Let's see. Max Hahn fishing in London, Texas. He found a rock with a wood protruding from it. When the rock was cracked open, octagon-shaped iron hammer was exposed. Little octagon shape on the hammer here. Okay. Tests at Battelle Laboratory documented the hammer's unusual metallurgy, 96% iron, 2.6 chlorine, 0.74 sulfur, no carbon. Density test indicating casting of exceptional quality. There's a little notch on here where they filed a piece out to get some of the sample to test it, okay? This does not form readily under present atmospheric conditions. Maybe they had double air pressure when this thing was made, like before the flood. Like I've been teaching for 30 years now, okay? I don't know. Let's see, of course, it's 140 million years old. There's no such thing as a Cretaceous period, guys. No such thing, okay? It was a different tide of the moon, pulling the water up and down. Okay, let's see. Fossilized petrified peanuts. Go to Ripley Museum in St. Augustine. I saw that. I said, man, a cluster of peanuts. They grow underground. Petrified. Huh. That was 20 years ago when I took the photo. Let's see. Petrified charcoal briquettes. Let's see. Petrified teddy bear. Actually, permineralized. Let's see. Teddy bear. They put all kinds. There's a place in Czech Republic. There's a little waterfall that splatters all over, and it's high mineral content water. You can put anything around it, and it'll turn to stone in a few weeks. Okay. Petrified toadstool. Funk Gem and Mineral Museum, Shirley, Illinois. The kid in Ethan said, Brother Hovind, 7 years old. I put a bunch of acorns in a bucket of water, hoping they would sprout, and I forgot about them. And they turned to stone a year later. Interesting. One thing all types of fossilization share, the dead organism to be trapped underneath layers of sediment, like maybe the flood would do. But Emma, the Bible says like you will be willingly ignorant of the creation and the flood. 2 Peter chapter 3. This is what makes fossilization such a rare event. Rare? There are billions of fossils in the world. What do you mean rare? If an organism is left exposed after death, it'll be usually be destroyed by decay and scavenging before it has a chance to fossilize. I agree. Under the right conditions, fossilization can occur relatively quickly, in the ballpark of hundreds or thousands of years. Actually, under pressure, there's a guy has a little machine, he cranks pressure up on it, can turn something to a fossil in 1 day. Yeah, we're going to buy one here, right, for our museum. We don't have it yet. Let's consider permineralization. Most of us think of when we think about fossilization. Permineralization requires a good availability of minerals like sulfur, iron, carbon, silica in the water or sediments around the fossil, like Noah's flood would do, bury them in mud. The more minerals available, the more rapidly fossilization can occur. The speed at which it occurs will depend strongly on the size of the organism. Tiny organisms like eggs or embryos can actually fossilize quite quickly, perhaps in a matter of weeks or months. In the laboratory, paleontologists have been able to fossilize lobster and shrimp eggs in 2 to 8 weeks. This is from Curious Mercat over there in the UK. Emma, check them out, okay? .co.uk. Researchers in Washington have developed a method that can speed up the process of wood petrification in the lab, producing chemically petrified wood in just a matter of days. Interesting, huh? Fossilized piece of pizza. Well, a fish with its mouth wide open turned to stone. There is no such thing as a geologic column. I'm sorry. Here's a human shoe print, not a footprint, a shoe print, where the guy stepped on and smashed a trilobite. How on earth can this happen? Wow. Human shoe print found by William Meister in Utah. Let's see, who's got the thing? Somebody from Utah's Geological Survey said it's not a fake. Reader's Digest, Mysteries of the Unexplained. Okay. Human shoe print with trilobite inside. There's a blow up of it. A trilobite. Here's a trilobite, Emma. This one has the tower eyes. Okay. I think they have up 10,000 lenses. One of the most complicated eyes in any animal ever. And they say this is from the Cambrian, way back there, 600 million years ago. One of the first animals to evolve. You got to be insane to believe that. Okay. There's some pretty big trilobites. Okay. The trilobite eye is the most sophisticated eye lens ever produced by nature. Lisa, it was produced by God. Okay. The eyes of the early trilobites have never been exceeded for complexity or acuity. Stephen Gould. There you go. There's a trilobite eye. And you guys really think this is one of the first creatures to evolve. There are lots of different kinds of trilobites, okay? Tri meaning three, trilobes, 3 parts to the body. The deep sea isopod, found in the western coastal waters of Florida, Mount Blanco Museum has 35 miles from Lubbock, Texas, has a great display of fossil trilobites. Okay. There we go. So, Emma, let me play some more of yours here. And by the way, we invited her to call in. Joseph, please put her up first if she calls. Okay.
That they all crawl out of the ground like they look when they're put together in museums. I'm very confused.
Drag it all over the wood. Come together in the museum. But they're very frequently found already in the right order, articulated. So you are simply wrong, honey. I'm sorry, can't call her honey. She gets mad. Sweetie. Sweetie, is that better? Okay. Woods or the buzzards or the ants is
It's not still good.
And you keep saying it's true, millions of years, that doesn't make you feel good, doesn't it? Yeah. All you're doing is making a religious statement. That's your statement of faith. I showed you it can happen rapidly. Here, Emma, this is a young baby mammoth jaw, both molars intact. Okay, that's from, we got a whole bunch of mammoth stuff in our science center here in museum, quite a few mammoth teeth. It doesn't take millions of years. They can fossilize relatively quickly. Okay, anyway, go ahead, Emma.
Bless you.
Excuse me here. Okay, Emma, you believe dinosaurs are related to insects and came from an amoeba, don't you? Agree with this tree of life in the textbooks, Emma? Or Mr. Nelson, who calls himself the sun god? Or any of you atheists, do you think this tree of...
It's talking about Aaron Ra again. Kent's also very fixed.
You're going to change subject. Anna, or who are you, Emma? Do you believe dinosaurs are related to insects? That's what's on the chart. I'll show you. Let's see. Here we go. Dinosaurs are related to insects. Emma, do you think this should be taught to kids in public school at taxpayer expense, that dinosaurs have a common ancestor with bumblebees and moths and mosquitoes and ants? You think this is science? You do? I know you do. Why don't you guys just admit it? This is a religious poster, and you're welcome to your religion. I'm not, man. This is America, the land of the free and the home of the slave, or something like that. And you're welcome to have any religion you want, but it's a religion. Quit using tax dollars to teach it to kids like it's part of science. Let's see. Here we go.
Fixated on Aaron Ra, probably because Aaron Ra is one of the examples people
To defend Aaron Ra, he can call himself God if he wants. Okay. I guess that goes back to you can name your pronouns, right? Well, if they're going to honor that, make up who you think you are, why don't you guys start calling me the smartest man in the world? That's my pronoun, okay? My pronoun, my long sentence, okay?
give of Kent having been absolutely obliterated. That's probably why he fixates on Aaron Ra.
You missed the question. It's not about Aaron Ra. It's about, do you think dinosaurs and insects are related? Yes or no?
So much.
That everything came from an amoeba. Emma, you're the one that's believing something crazy. Please stop. I despise someone who believes something without evidence. Well, Mr. Dawkins, why don't you despise the evolutionists and atheists? They're the ones who believe something without evidence.
Atheism, once again, atheism is just atheism. It's just not being theistic. Atheism isn't a belief in something. There's no belief.
Belief that there is no God. That's what it means.
In something. We're not believing anything without evidence. That's entirely the point. Kent knows this. He knows this. He's so fucking disingenuous.
Okay, Emma just introduces a few things. But 1.5 minutes, right about here. Thank you, Matt. She really blasted you. That's okay.
A video. So we're going to carry on. We learned a lot about dinosaurs last time. By the way, I actually bought this before I knew I was going to do a video on Kent Hovind and talk about Dinosaur Land. I started a new cross stitch.
Now, Emma, let me ask you a question. Is there any chance in 1 trillion years that cross-stitch dinosaur could make itself?
No, Kent, because it's a cross stitch. It's a cross stitch. The thing about cross stitch is I know exactly where it came from. We have a demonstrated history of cross stitch being made. We know how cross stitch works. We know how all the individual parts were created, and I can trace all of this back to the source. So it's not a very good analogy, is it, Kent?
Or is that requiring some level of intelligent input?
Everything just comes full circle, man. The universe is speaking to me. I'm a skeptic.
The universe is speaking to her. What's it saying?
This is one of Kent's favorite things to do, which is to just take a comment from me that is a joke and then cut out the bit where we laugh at the fact that it's a joke. He cut me off saying, I'm a skeptic. The joke was that I'm a skeptic and I don't believe the universe can talk to me. And so I'm saying that's the joke. That's why it's...
You are not skeptic of evolution, Emma. Are you? When somebody says you are related to a banana and a potato and a bumblebee, you're not skeptical of that? Why not? You guys aren't skeptic. You're deep believers in your religion.
Funny. I have had a look. I did find Kent Hovind's dissertation on WikiLeaks. Somebody sent me a PDF, which is really, really helpful.
But they're stuck on that dissertation, aren't they? Joseph, that's 40 minutes. Let's take some questions and tonight's open mic. And then Emma, honestly, the only reason we whack you is because we really do care for your soul. If you're wrong, you're in serious trouble. Now, you're Pascal's wager, okay? I haven't lost a thing. I have a wonderful life. I mean, if it turns out evolution is true and there's no God, I go to my grave. Oh, I still enjoyed life, okay? Well, you're in trouble. So Pascal's wager, I have nothing to lose. We're trying to use science to whack you, to wake you up. If you want to help pay for her ticket, put in the memo line. Now, if you want it to be a donation, if she doesn't come and we don't need to buy the ticket and you want us to keep the money anyway, just designate that in the memo line. Return it if she doesn't come, or keep it for spend for something else. So I don't take anything that, I don't want to false pretense here. Okay. Okay, Joseph, questions real quick. We're just going to go to church. Genesis Baptist Church in Lenox, Alabama. Sitting in it right now. Okay. Let's see. Good evening, brother. What's the best Bible version? Absolutely King James. Okay. I covered that on video number 7 for quite a while. You better stick with the old King James. No question. Now, what happened? 1611, they printed the King James Bible and found some printing errors and some spelling errors. There were no changes in the text. So in 1760 something, they reprinted it and fixed the printing errors, because the printer, back in those days, you got to put all the letters in there backwards on the, the lead letters and hit the paper with it. And it was not the art like it was today. So go to avpublications.com for more on that. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Welcome, Doc. Wish we could be sponsored to come to visit you all the way from Australia. Hope she takes it. Yeah. Anybody can come from Australia. I don't know if I can pay for everybody to come here. It's already open free. I mean, that's about the best we can do. Okay. What's your opinion about dark matter? Doesn't matter. How do you know it's there? I think it's still, I'm skeptical of all that stuff, but I'm not going to fight it. I got other battles to fight. Okay. Okay. Many creatures have been found fully articulated. Heck, look at all the fully articulated people found in Pompeii. Got covered with the ash in 70 AD or whenever that was. Yeah. Okay. I've enjoyed your ministry for a long time, been very informative and helpful, and helps me to instruct the young people in my church. I have a question. Are there any creation science ministries I should avoid, or all of them pretty much? No. Like Hugh Ross, he says his is a creation ministry, but he believes the earth is billions of years old and God needed billions of years to do it. He's called an old earth creationist. I debated him once on the John Ankerberg show. I'll do it again anytime. I completely disagree. Now he's a smart fella, and he does a lot of good research and finds some interesting things. And I think you could use some of his data. You got to learn early in life. Eat the meat, spit out the bones. Okay. Okay. What about the tree stump I sent you from the coal mine? Oh, we got that in our museum. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, John. I didn't want to carry it in. That thing weighs like, 100 pounds? Yeah. I didn't want to show off, Okay. If the pickle was in a jar, where did the minerals come from? Well, the pickle was in a jar. The lid rusted off. It was a really old building. And as it dried out, whatever fluid it was in, pickle juice, I would guess, I turned it to stone. I don't know where it got the minerals. Here, you tell me. I better not. Okay. You're one of my most admired persons. Nice to see you from Myanmar. Well, yay. Well, come visit, James, please. Okay. Start a creation ministry over there. Start a Dinosaur Adventureland. That's false. I used to be an atheist, and I have talked to many others over the years. I've met many atheists who happily make the statement that there is no God anywhere. So what's false?
When she said that atheism just means a lack of belief.
Oh, yeah, okay. So her statement's false. Okay. Yeah. All right.
That's all I got.
That's it. Yeah. Any others? Nobody to call in? Good. Okay. Tomorrow night, same thing. I don't know if I'm going to do Emma again. I'll listen to a few more of her things. And if it's something worth responding to, I'll try. Or Turbo. He thought that turtle shell. Never mind. Okay.